I made $24,000 for the year. I called my mom. I said, you ain't got to work no more. You're done, Mom. I got you. $24K, baby. I told you I was going to do something with my life, man. I remember my first check in the Navy was $512. I'll never forget it, man. You lucky to on Instagram back then. Look now, haters. Get on my level. I got another one coming in 13 days. Can't stop, won't stop. 512 every 2 weeks. I was a cop when I was in the Navy too. I was a cop. You know, I was a great cop to the public. I was terrible for the Navy itself because I just let everybody go. You know, there's a lot of paperwork when you arrest people. I didn't know that. Like I was a cop, and that's why I got stationed in San Antonio because I was at Lackland. That's where the police academy was. So I go to a police academy in San Antonio, and then I graduate. Then they send me to San Diego. I'm on a big ass base. They put me on nights. I'm working 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. You know, when I first got on the base, I wanted to be a good cop. I was like, okay, crime's about to cease. Officer Owen is here. Shit's about to change. My first Friday night on the base, I pulled this guy over. I gave him a DUI. I was like, fuck yeah, my first DUI. Now keep in mind, I pulled this guy over at 3 in the morning. I'm supposed to be at work at 6 in the morning. At 9 a.m., I was still on the base doing paperwork on his DUI. I looked at my partner. I was like, this is last. Motherfucking DUI, forgive. I know that shit. This is about to be a dangerous base. I ain't getting paid overtime for this bullshit. I had a whole new outlook on drunk driving after that day. I really did. Because before that day, you're drinking driver, going down, no excuses. After that day, I didn't look at it like that. Because 9 times out of 10, guys I was pulling over, they were coming back from Tijuana, right? They were too young to drink in the States. They had to go to Mexico and drink. And I could always tell when somebody's fucked up when you're trying to get on the base late at night. Because other than your driving test, the only time you 10 and 2 on a steering wheel is when you're fucked up, you know? So if I see 10 and 2, I like, yup, woo! And everybody gives you the same answer. You been drinking tonight? 2 beers? Just 2 beers, man, 2 beers. Just be honest with me, man, this might work out for you. You just gotta be honest with me. 14 tequila shots also. Didn't lie about the 2 beer, I forgot about the 14 tequila shots. Okay, man, I just want to got your story straight. So you went down to Tijuana, and you got drunk, and you made the irresponsible decision, get behind the wheel of the car. As you was driving back to the base, somehow you got past the federales, somehow you got past the Border Patrol, somehow you got past California Highway Patrol, somehow you got past San Diego PD. Son, you did what you had to do to get back to the base. Welcome home, baby, you made it, you made it! Pull him over there. That motherfucker was focused. Shit. I let him know, be proud of yourself. You can handle your liquor. Sometimes they wouldn't leave. They'd be staring at me. Are you serious? Go, motherfucker. And I'm off in 3 hours. Just stay on the concrete. Hit the grass, make a left, bring it back down. You good, man.
And that's a funny thing too, like, whenever I go to cities, I always gotta do radio and TV reviews like every other comic, you know, and to promote our shows. And people always ask me what I did before I was a stand-up. And I always tell me I was in the military, and they think I'm lying. I was like, no, I was really in the military. You know what I mean? They always think I'm lying. I'm like, no, I was really in the military, you know? And people always say, was boot camp hard? Boot camp wasn't hard to me, you know? Boot camp was easy to me, you know? Because they just tell you what to do when you do it, you know? I don't get how people can't graduate boot camp. They show you how to fold your pants, turn it in. God, I can't figure it out. I said, motherfucker, he just showed us. He gave us the answer to the test. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Only thing I did not like about boot camp, you got to march everywhere. You got to march to breakfast, lunch, dinner, the field, class. Marching ain't bad. It all depends on your cadence card. You get a good cadence card, it's easy. You definitely, I prefer a white guy, myself. I prefer a white cadence card. Because white guys, we just trying to get there. We ain't trying to do too much. Just left, right, left, right. I don't want no black guy calling cadence in boot camp. Black guys trying to get a goddamn record deal in boot camp and shit. Live, left, right, right, live, left, right, right, live, left, right. We had one dude, motherfucker never said it right. We hot for 4 weeks to breakfast. Live, 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 live. Say right, Charles. I'm not a rabbit. It was funny too, because we went from one black guy to another black guy. Usually you have two cadence calls in boot camp, right? So we went from one black guy. Now the second black guy was better than Charles, but I didn't realize till I graduated boot camp, he was making hit songs hitting cadences, and I didn't realize it. I didn't realize for 3 weeks I was marching to Boys to Men till I graduated boot camp and I heard the shit on the radio. I said, wait a minute, this is shit I was marching to. He did this shit so smooth, I never figured it out. He was just sitting there. Let right live, let right, let right, let right, let right, let right, let right, let right. San Antonio's a big military bases on here too, man. I was staying, yeah. I was stationed here a long time ago. Yeah, I was stationed at Lackland a long time ago, right? Yeah. It's funny too, looking back on my life, I was thinking like I joined the Navy like right after high school, and I was thinking, why did I join the Navy? And I remember all the reasons, because, you know, I was a broke kid living in a trailer park in Southern Ohio. The military was looking at me like, we can get that right there, you know? Because it was like my senior high school, there was about a week run where every day I came from school, there's a different recruiter at my trailer trying to get me to sign up, you know? And they just kept showing up, you know? Because I remember the Marine guy showed up first, the Marine recruiter, and I remember he got out of his car in front of my trailer, and I thought Marines had the best uniforms. When I saw him in that uniform, I said, damn, that looks sweet. I told my mom, I'm gonna join the Marines. Then he walked in my trailer, he was like, Gary, we are the few, the proud. I go, what's that mean? He goes, pops off, we the first ones in, we the few. I was like, ooh, I'd rather be part of the many. I'm good on that. The hell you trying to be first for? Pace yourself, slow down. I'm not trying to be first in the fight. You know what's popping off, you the first one to fight. Who's second or third? I'll join the third. I ain't trying to join the first, who's third? I'll join third. I ain't trying to join first, I'll join third. I will, listen, I'll give it to Marines. They are better Americans than me. Because you're hearing stories about the Marines. You know, they be in Iraq, be in a desert. You know, you're hearing a story like you'd be like 33 Marines will be in Iraq, be in a desert, standing around, and then a grenade will drop in the middle of them, and one Marine will jump in a grenade, take the blow to save the other 32 Marines' lives. I'm like, man, if we're in a desert, and there's 33 of us, and a grenade drops in the middle, and I see it first, either 33 people die, or 32 people die. But if one's gonna make it, it's gonna be me. Oh, grenade! Damn it! Chris. The Army guy came to my trailer. He was lying the whole time, lying his ass off. Army recruiter walked in my trailer with a straight face and was like, Gary, I heard you wrestle. I heard you're in your high school wrestling team. I said, yeah, I wrestle. He said, you know, if you join the Army, you could try out for the Army wrestling team, and if you make it, you just wrestle the whole time you're in the Army. I said, sir, I am 3-30 right now. I've won 3 times and lost 30. I am literally the worst wrestler in the state of Ohio as we speak. I didn't wrestle to wrestle. Either come to the trailer park after school, or I could hang out with wrestlers and wrestle every now and then. I go, I just wrestle. I don't give a if I won or lost. I used to pin myself half the time, you know? Because every time I get ready to wrestle somebody, I run on the mat, I look across, they be resetting the time clock. I go, you ain't gonna need that. This ain't gonna take that long. You ain't gonna need that clock. I've been looking at a guy, I'm about to wrestle him over here, sweating, warming up, smacking his leg, got his headphones on. I go, you're doing too much, man. This ain't that kind of match. This dude listening to NWA, getting all fired up. This is more of a Kenny G type wrestling match. This is smooth jazz. We're gonna do this together. And when I tell you my senior in high school, I won 3 times and lost 30, I didn't beat 3 different people. I beat the same 3 times, one dude. He was trying to lose too. Because the first time I saw him wrestle, I go, oh, this trying to lose. My coach was like, how can you tell? Because I try to lose, coach. I can tell when I'm trying to lose. I remember the first time I had to wrestle, we was both trying to lose. At one point, we land on the mat, right next to each other, both trying to pin ourselves. Oh, you trying to lose too.
honestly, the Navy recruiter, he was just the most honest. He didn't promise me nothing but a flight out. That's all he promised me. Because the Navy recruiter walked to my trailer and looked around and went, I can get you out of this Just put down my trailer, mother. And then he didn't tell me what I was gonna do in the Navy or nothing. I said, what would my job be? I said, what would my job be? He goes, what's the matter? Look where you at right now, kid. You're right, I'll go with you. I remember my first year in the Navy, I made $24,000 for the year. I called my mom. I said, you ain't got to work no more. You're done, Mom. I got you. $24K, baby. I told you I was going to do so with my life, man. I remember my first check in the Navy was $512. I'll never forget it, man. You lucky to on Instagram back then. Look now, haters. Get on my level. I got another one coming in 13 days. Can't stop, won't stop, 512 every 2 weeks. Shit, I remember my first year in the Navy, I made $24,000 for the year. I called my mom. I said, you ain't got to work no more.